lighter winds was a nemesis for this class of yacht as a whole, and some teams got around that problem better than others. But that being said, the problem was kind of inherent in the design of these boats, and a lot of the changes in the class rule have happened to attack that problem. So crew numbers coming down, weight coming out of foils, no code zeros, winches off the boat as well. All these changes begin to add up, and you can end up with a lighter platform. And as well as the weight, the span of the foils has changed as well. So there's been a big push within the development of the class rule to get these boats up and out the water and falling around in less wind. The crews come down to 8. Another big change is that they've put a control in on how many people can provide power. So 4 people can provide power to the yacht, and they can do that either through grinding or cycling, or any other means if the team decides to go down another route. Not quite sure what that would be. That does make some pretty substantial changes to the playbook. It means that you have to free up 4 people, between them helming, piloting and trimming roles. But exactly how teams decide to break that down, I think will develop, and I'm sure no team will be exactly the same in how the playbook works. I think the AC40 should be an amazing boat to sail and an amazing boat to race. It's going to be nice to have some preliminary regattas to get our teeth into in the build up to AC37. The AC40 will be sailed by a crew of 4, and then everything will be powered by batteries. So yeah, no cycles, no grinders on the small boat, and a 4-man crew. So yeah, I'm excited to see how exactly it ends up looking. Very much looking forward to getting out in the next boat. I suppose, watch this space.
You've got to come together and create a document that's going to govern the event for the next iteration. Yeah, I think the relationship between Team New Zealand and ourselves during this process has remained strong. We're both working together to try and create a truly spectacular event. I think keeping the AC75 for this next iteration of the Cup is exciting. The developments from here are going to be truly performance-based. The boats will end up being quicker, more efficient. They're very expensive yachts to design and manufacture. They're all high-end materials, which inevitably cost a lot of money. All the systems are very expensive, so restricting people to only do one boat. Knowing that there's second-hand boats on the market that a team can pick up and get in the water and get their heads around, what an AC75 consists of in terms of support, operations, just learning how to sail the boats. So that's an opportunity for a new team to come in and get started straight away while they design and build their only new boat in the background. The existing teams can only sail their old boats after September 2022, whereas there's a window of opportunity for a new team to get 20 days of accumulated sailing between June and September. So it gives them a little leg up to try and get them on the same level playing field as teams that are already in place. So the hydrogen support vessel at the America's Cup is an opportunity for us to develop and push ideas which may not be achievable in a commercial market. We are required to use vessels that are powered by hydrogen fuel source. These would be foiling boats, but it's a bit of a challenge because obviously this is new technology in the marine industry. There's some technology in the automotive world obviously, but trying to combine that with where we are and the speeds we're trying to achieve is a very big challenge. But that's what being in the America's Cup is about, is ambitious design projects and executing them. Between now and the America's Cup in 2024, there's several periods where teams are restricted from sailing an AC75. And what's that trying to do is equalise the balance between teams in the Northern Hemisphere and teams in the Southern Hemisphere. And when those teams might need to be shipping their boats, the no sailing periods really just sort of evens out the options for teams so that a Northern Hemisphere team doesn't get far ahead of a Southern Hemisphere team in terms of time on the water. It's really just to try and level the playing field across the board. So 2022 is going to be a year of building the operations group. We're going to build our group again because we've been focusing pretty much on the technical group and getting that group up and running with this, new tool sets, and we're going to learn more about the venue and the timing, so that'll help us plan for sort of 23 and 24 beyond. Ideally 2022, by the end of that year, we'll have, I'd say 90% of the team will be brought together. So that's sailing operations technical group, and we'll be fully fledged outfit operating in a sailing venue somewhere and getting back on the water where we all want to be.
Do I think it's a bold protocol? You don't want it to be too bold, in my eyes. You don't want to rewrite the rule, but you want to keep the class progressing, which I really think this has done. The development of the playbook, if we looked at last cycle, the boat was very much a new concept. So we started with almost a blank piece of paper, like as to how we were going to sail the boat. This time round, we've got the advantage that we've done a cycle ourselves. We've seen everyone racing. It's more of an evolution as opposed to a complete rewrite. Previously, when the jib was tacked, you basically had crew members that had to manually look after releasing the jib sheet and then taking the jib sheet on the new side and loading it. So it took two of the grinders out of that loop. Now the jib is on a track, it's more automatic how the jib goes through from one tack to another. So that, you know, has implications as to how you power the boat. Without giving too much away, you're obviously looking at the power requirements of the boat and what a cyclor can generate over someone using their arms, and then where they might be able to input on the control side as well. There's some pretty big ticket items there that we're really thrashing through as a sailing team with the design team and looking at the whole package and how we can make the fastest boat that we can boat handle effectively and race effectively. Recon in any Cup campaign is a massive part of the development and the racing. This time round, we have shared recon, which is a massive, massive change for the Cup. So what it entails is each competitor has a recon team following them, and that observed competitor, they have to do pretty much everything they can to make it as easy as possible for the recon team to follow them. They have to provide them with a chase boat. They have to tell them when they're going sailing, when they're not sailing. At the end of the day, they're allowed where the boat is launching to take pictures close up, and then they're given interview time with the sailors and with the designers. So there's a huge amount of access to all the teams that we wouldn't have had before. It's going to open a lot of stuff up. It's going to be really interesting. The AC75, it's an amazing bit of kit. Technically, it's massively challenging. I think we're going to see some refinements in the boat, some evolution, and it's going to yield some really exciting racing.